Hi, I'm Slater, and I've got 40 years of martial arts experience and 15 years of helping martial arts school owners find the right insurance package. And today I just want to tell you a little bit more about insurance. Insurance, of course, is a thing that you don't want to call upon in the event of a risk of an incident. So the idea is to pick the right package, the package that suits your budget and covers all the operations of your business. Because if you've got an insurance package that doesn't cover what you do, it's really a waste of money. So first of all, let me explain a couple of types of insurance that you'd be looking for as a martial arts school owner. Professional indemnity and public liability. The two things that most people go for as a general rule of thumb for the industry standards. So public liability is really about covering the building, so if something falls over or you've got equipment there that it fails, that it covers you in that area. And we'll talk about what that covers in a minute. The professional indemnity is when you give somebody advice to do a certain move and as a result they injure themselves. So that's the professional indemnity side of things. You put those two together and you've covered a fair bit of the market for your operation. How you can get, if a student's injured themselves, you're going to say, well, how can they get compensated? Now they can get access to that money that's put aside by the insurer, but they need to prove negligence on your part or you as the instructor's part. So if they can prove negligence, they can get access to compensation through that, and that's kind of a lengthy process. There is another option. You can take up the player accident income protection. So player accident is a fund that's accessible by putting in a claim. So if a student has an injury, now it's not going to pick up everything. It's only a small amount per head as a coverage. But what it does do, it picks up a shortfall, and it's really good for people who want something. They don't want to sue you, but they want to get something back. Now this gives them a little bit back, and it negates often someone suing you. So it covers non-Medicare items. So what does that mean? So a lot of things are covered under Medicare and your private insurance. And by law, the legislation says there's no insurance that can pick up the gap that's left over between the two. So it's things like physio and rehab. So there's other areas which are non-Medicare, and it could be x-rays as well, and MRIs. There's a number of different areas that can compensate the injured person. So it's not going to cover them $10,000 to $12,000 worth of dental work or knee reconstruction. You're going to cover that on Medicare. But there's other areas in the process that it will help. And if there's permanent disability, there's a slush fund for that. And the person, God forsaken, was killed, there's a component for that. So they don't have to sue you for that. It's part of putting in a claim process. There's a number of packages out there that give you public liability and professional indemnity, but they don't cover participation. And you might go, well, what's participation? It's pretty cheap policy, it's great, I don't pay very much. But does it really cover you for your activity? Now without the participation clause, what that means is in your class you can teach, people can do all that stuff in fresh air. As soon as they partner up, they're participating together. That's when the insurance doesn't cover you. So you need a participation clause so that when people are participating, work together, sparring, training, and if your martial arts is doing that, partner drills and so forth, which no doubt 99% of them are, you need participation. So you need to ask that question, has it got a participation clause? Is the excess or the deductible? What that means is if you need to make a claim, there's a certain amount that you have to pay before the insurance company will come in and assist you. Now it can be nil, it can be $1,000, or it can even be $5,000. So you need to ask those questions. And you can, in most cases, remove those excesses till it's a nil one. But in public liability, if you've got $1,000 excess and it keeps your premium down, the chances of you having to claim on it is less. So it's your call whether you pay this premium or that premium, but the idea is to find a sweet point where you're not paying out too much for insurance, but you're making sure that you've got the appropriate cover.